Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to rank the 4 master sets that we got in the NHL Moments event like we always do. Cover if they're worth making, if you should try and buy them untradeable, or if you should just avoid in general. You also got to keep in mind, guys, some of the things that are coming up. It does look like we are going to get the 98 team builders probably this week, possibly the following week, as well as team of the season, which is coming up more than likely the beginning of April, but it's still around the corner, so you have to make sure that if you're going to spend a couple 100,000 coins on a card, it's got to be worth it. Also, I want to know, guys, I tweeted this out earlier, what it makes a good event for you guys. So I'll take this one for example. You know, obviously the 4 master sets, card art's incredible, but the player choices, I can see a lot of people being not super excited about. Obviously myself, I'm a little biased because I finally got a TOMAS HERTL card. But that being said, what makes you excited for HUT? Right now, it is very difficult for the live content team to develop new events that work in different ways because they are at the whatever the mode team allows them to make. So they can't really change how the events are actually run in terms of how you make cards and things like that. But what would get you, so what my question is, what makes you excited for a new event? Because obviously there's a big interest whenever a new event drops in Hockey Ultimate Team, and if we can figure out what is exciting and what makes exciting, I can then relay to the HUT content team, you know, this is what the guys want if this is how it is going to be. So let me know what you think in the content or the comment section down below. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on that. But let's get into the ranking of the 4 master sets from the NHL Moments event. All right, coming in at number 4, no surprise here, is the 96 BRADEN HOLTBY. Now, all of his synergies, he's got, you know, an amazing combo there. Gold post to post with silver light work, which obviously, as we know, is the best combo that you could have in this game. And his stats are all incredible. He's got 95 glove high, he's got 98 speed, 71 aggression. For all intents and purposes, this is a perfect goaltender card. The only thing is, he's 6'2". There is goaltenders that are bigger that have the same ability cost or combo as well as great stats. I mean, if you think about Pekka Rinne, he's got gold light work and silver post to post, but then you've also got like Hellebuck, Carey Price, Robin Leonard. Every event has a top-end goaltender. No reason to go out and spend a ton of coins or cards to make this BRADEN HOLTBY because at 6'2", well, it's not, you know, unfortunately, there is a disadvantage to using a goaltender that is short of that. He gets picked upstairs a lot more. That's been in the game for the last, like, 2 decades, essentially. So 6'3" is kind of where you want to draw the line, and there's just far better goaltenders that you can get for that, you know, what you're going to pay for this one. Right now, he's going for 340,000 coins, tradable to get his 96. Just not worth it, in my opinion. That is why he is a distant 4. And at number 3 is the 96 MIKA ZIBANEJAD, 6'2". And it's not like this is a bad card at all. We're at the stage now where if you're 96 overall, you're going to be a phenomenal card. The reason why he is 3rd is just because of the position that he's going to end up playing. He can play center or on the wing, which is great because Mika Zibanejad cards have had a real issue playing center because of his defensive stats, but now with his faceoff being up to 98, that's if you have Heart and Soul activated, so let's assume you don't because really very few people do. 91 on the faceoffs, which is totally usable. He's got 99 defensive stats. He's 6'2", 94 speed, does not have a skating synergy, so 94 is what he is going to be. Max hand stats, shot stats are basically max as well. The issue here is if you are going to make one of these cards from scratch, okay, it is going to cost you 86 total collectibles, and right now there is a plummet in price. We're going to talk about that on Market Monday, but you can basically make one for 430,000 coins, which is a pretty good value when you consider how much master sets are going for in prior seasons, but 430,000 coins at 5,000 per collectible, I just don't think that when you consider that it would cost you 430,000 coins, there's other cards that you probably have that are better than that. I mean, I've talked about the X factors among right-handed wingers. Just there's so many options. You've got McKinnon, Barzal, Eichel, Stamkos, like, not to mention all of the great centerman cards that we've gotten in the last few events, like Larkin, Olli Jokinen. He's just going to have a hard time beating any of those cards out. Not that he's not a great card. It's just when you consider the position that he plays, it's just not as important. So that is why he is number 3. Don't get it twisted. This is a phenomenal card. Coming in at number 2 is my man, TOMAS HERTL. So this is one of the coolest cards that I've ever seen in Hockey Ultimate Team, bias aside. Just, it makes sense for the Moments event. This was one of the coolest moments in the last 10 years in the regular season. TOMAS HERTL's 4 goals as a rookie. And he does come with some great abilities as well. So fly the zone, booming shot as well as workhorse means that he's got essentially the same skating as Mika Zibanejad. Same shot, hand stats are basically max, and defensively he's extremely powerful as well. Again, you know, you could play him at center. I think that's what adds a lot of value to him. And then he's got elite edges, born leader, as well as tape to tape, puck on a string, and unstoppable force. The one thing I will say about these cards, I'm not a huge fan of their abilities. Like MIKA ZIBANEJAD, for example, I didn't like really any of his abilities, and elite edges cost quite a bit. However, it is a very good one if he's going to play on the first line. Born leader is obviously very good, and tape to tape is as well. So it's not like the abilities separate them as well from other top end meta players. But the reason why I like his card a little bit more is that there is not a lot of great big left-handed centermen outside of the ones that have just come out. So like if you, obviously I mentioned Jokinen and Larkin, but you could play him on the wing, and when you consider the top-end left-handed wingers, if let's say you don't have Team of the Year McDavid, but a lot of people do, or maybe you don't have Duchesne, you know, the top-end left-handed wingers are all very small in comparison. You've got Kucherov, you got Kaprizov, you got Patrick Kane. You know, there's a lot of smaller left-handed wingers, and when the game gets to 99 everything, the guys that are bigger are you're gonna see the reason why I've harped bigger players this whole year, because they really get a significant advantage holding onto the puck. So he comes in at number 2 in this event among the 4 Master Set players. And then number 1 is the 96 Morgan Rielly. So he's going for about 450, 460,000 coins tradable, which seems to be a theme a lot for this event. And when you activate everything on him and synergy-wise, he's got 95 speed, 96 acceleration. Shots very good. Hand stats are max. Defensively, he's literally perfect. This is a phenomenal left-handed defenseman card. Like, if you don't have... The issue here is that, A, he doesn't have shutdown, and it's unfortunate that it's come to this, but shutdown gives such an advantage in this game. Not having it makes your card a lot less valuable. Same with Truculence. Now, Seeing Eye is a good zone ability. We've talked about its ability to actually get one-timers to score, because D&D one-timers just don't go in this game nearly as much as they did in past games. Whether you like that or not, that's up for you guys to debate. Elite Edges is not really worth it among defensemen. Either is Heat Seeker. It's not a bad one. In Reverse is okay as well. He's got great skating, though. I will say that if you're talking about cards that you'd rather have on the back end, like obviously Victor Hedman is the best card in the game, essentially, so he is not going to replace him. The other options are he's not going to replace Lindell either, and then he's probably not even going to replace, like, he is, the card that he is going to replace is Sergei Gonchar's Team Builder, essentially. So right now, I'll be honest with you. He is the best out of all of these 4. If I take the bias aside from TOMAS HERTL, he's probably the card I would make because of his skating, and he is 6'1", and all of his defensive stats are perfect. You could have him on your team the rest of the game. You could have any of these cards on your team for the rest of the game, except for HOLTBY. But there are going to be a lot more cards that you could replace at the other positions, whereas Morgan Rielly, left-handed defenseman cards, like, there isn't going to be a lot of guys that will replace that are already there. So keep that in mind, guys. I'll be honest, talking about and looking at this event as a whole, I wouldn't really make any of these 4. What I would do is probably save up all the cards, because the market has finally started to crash because no one really wants to go out and make these cards. Now, week 2 might be a little bit different, but no one is rushing out to make these guys, which is why I asked the question, what do you guys think and what do you guys want in an event to make it exciting? I will say this, guys, go ahead and take a look at the sets. If you ever wanted, if you're a free-to-play player or you are a holiday player, you just started your team, prices to make sets right now, the collectibles, are very, very cheap. Like, we're talking under 5,000 coins per collectible. In comparison, they were going for like 6,500 for events just a little while ago. The cost is going up, but you can really make a lot of these cards for around 400,000 coins, and that's if you don't have anything already to trade in. I'm not going to lie, though, there isn't a card in this event that I think is a must-make, which kind of leads it to being a less exciting event. But I want you guys to tell me what you think, again, in the comments, in terms of what you want as an exciting card. And give me some moment cards that they could make for week 2. I like hearing this. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on what some ideas for week 2 could be. But thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.